right. Well, welcome to Konsanpeo Choling KPC. Happy to have you here. So we'll be doing some meditation, and yes, you can come and go whenever I heard you saying that, so you can come and go whenever you want. And hello to those joining us online. So the first thing we want to do before we begin is just establish our pure intention or pure motivation for doing this meditation today. So we talk a lot about the word bodhicitta, and bodhicitta means the compassionate wish to free all beings from suffering. So that wish to really, wishing that all beings are happy, that they don't have to experience any suffering. So with that intention in our hearts, we can just establish that in our minds now before we begin. All right. So we always begin with our opening prayers, which I'll put up on the screen. We're going to do the 7-line prayer. We'll chant that 3 times in Tibetan. Organ yugi nucham sam pemage sardam pola yasan chogi no drumne pemajung ne shesudra kodu kandrom mampokor keki jesu dag drupki chinjilop shir sheksu sol Guru Pema Siddhi Hum Organ Yugi Nucham Sam Pema Ge Sardam Pula Yasan Shogi No Drune Pema Jungne Shisudra Guru Kandrom Mampokor Keki Jesu Dag Drupki Chinjilop Shir Sheksu Sol Guru Pema Siddhi Hum Organ Yugi Nucham Sam Pema Ge Sardam Pula Yasan Shogi No Drumne Pema Jungne Shesudra Kodu Kandrom Mampokor Keki Jesu Dag Drupki Chinjilop Shir Sheksu Sol Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. So a little bit about meditation. Meditation is when our mind is relaxed and stable and open. It's the natural state of our mind. And it trains us to be more calm and more relaxed and yet alert and wakeful. So just as we keep our body healthy, maybe we exercise, maybe we eat good food or vitamins, we need to keep our mind healthy too. Giving our mind rest, giving our mind stability and spaciousness. The whole meaning and point of meditation is to create more spaciousness in our mind. And we can think of how busy our lives can get. Maybe we have so many demands on our time. Maybe we are very busy with our work, or maybe we are caretakers to people in our family. Whatever we do is, our time is can seem limited, and our minds can feel very busy and, inflamed with many thoughts and feelings, and maybe we just have a lot we're juggling, or we're anxious. So we think about all the things that are kind of competing for our mental space. So meditation really helps us create that pause, create that pause between our actions and our reactions. So it helps us be less reactive to life. It also helps us balance our emotions so that we can greet any situation with a more stable mind. And for Buddhism, it's very important because it's the first step in developing bodhicitta. Again, that's that word that means um, the compassionate wish to free all beings from suffering. So if we are too busy in our minds or too self-concerned or never have that spaciousness of mind, we really can't think about how we can be of benefit to others or how can we serve others. Um, so it's very important that we create that stability of mind. And meditation, we really see the benefits throughout time when we show up again and again to do meditation and see how our mind becomes more calm, more spacious over time, the more we do it. So we don't have to try to be perfect the first time we sit down to meditate. And really, we should start where we're at. So we start with shorter increments of time. So we're just going to begin to look at our posture. So we'll sit up straight, whether you're in a chair or on the ground, just a straight spine, lifted spine. And our hands are traditionally the right hand over the left with our thumbs touching in our lap, with our shoulders back and our elbows back. But we're also relaxed, so we're not stiff or rigid. We're relaxed in our posture. And with this meditation, we're going to be keeping our eyes open and kind of gazing towards the floor. So this is a calm abiding meditation or shamatha meditation. So our eyes are open and we're just going to breathe naturally. We're not counting our breath. We're just breathing naturally. And it might take a few deep breaths to get to that natural rhythm of breath. And with this meditation as well, we're just going to keep a slight separation between like our lips like that. So we have a little bit of air actually passing through the mouth. So our mouth is just ever so slightly open. And we do this by putting the tip of our tongue in the back of our teeth, like we're saying the letter L. So our tongue just rests there like that. And then we're just breathing naturally. And the whole focus of this meditation is on the breath. So when a thought comes up, we return to the breath again and again. So it's a gentle return to the breath. So we're not becoming judgmental or, oh, I'm having this thought. Oh, no. Okay, I need to come back to the breath. Our meditation isn't lost when we have thoughts arise. It's really when we go down the road with them and we inspect them. And then all of a sudden we have all these thoughts filling our mind. So we just drop the thought, return to the breath. And it's a very light attention on our breath. So we're not thinking, okay, inhale, exhale, just light attention on the breath. So your attention is like a feather gently riding the surface of your breath. So we just gently bring our attention back. Every time our mind strays, we bring it back. So we're going to try this for a few minutes just as a warm-up, and then we'll do it for a little longer. And get my timer out here. And so we'll just do a couple minutes. Starting now. So we're going to try that again. Just this time a little bit longer. And again, if our thoughts feel really busy today, we can imagine like cutting the thought and tossing it out, or picking up the thought and throwing it out. So just again, to return again and again to the breath. So we'll do a little bit longer. Okay, starting now. So now we have some more stability of mind and are more calm, hopefully. It's time to develop our hearts. So we're going to do Tonglen practice, which is the practice of Tonglen, or giving and receiving, is done to develop our compassion and our ability to be present for our own suffering and the suffering of others. So this practice trains us to use the energy of loving kindness to open our hearts to suffering and to transform it into well-being. So in this practice, we're actually taking on, the suffering of others and sending them out all of our happiness. So this is a mental exercise. So not in the immediate present are we relieving someone's suffering by doing this. I wish we could in that way. But this practice really helps us to gradually cease to cherish ourselves over others. So this helps us develop a stronger wish to benefit other beings. And also creating a deeper sense of equanimity. So in this, to start off, we'll just continue to stay in our meditation posture. And we start this practice with something that's a little bit easier to do, which is to imagine one or two beings for whom we easily feel love or compassion towards, who, if this person was suffering, we would immediately feel empathy and love and concern for them, and we don't want them to suffer. So we're actually going to, imagine what it would be like to be in their shoes, to suffer and to, feel sad or to go through something really hard. So whatever those feelings are of their suffering, really get in touch with that. And again, this can be that you can imagine a friend, you can imagine a parent, a sibling, even maybe your pet. So we're just really going to get in touch with their suffering, and we're going to cultivate this fervent wish to relieve their suffering and secure their happiness, only wishing that they're happy. So we're going to do this by bringing attention to our breath. So we do this by visualizing that when we inhale through our nose, that we're taking on all the causes and conditions of their suffering. And we imagine this as a dark smoke, or like a dark smoke mass. And we're breathing it in. And as we're breathing it in, we're relieving all of their suffering, all of their misery, all of their sadness. And they're completely free of that. And then as we exhale, we're imagining that we are sending them all of our love, our compassion, all of our joy, every cause of happiness. And that they are receiving that, and that they are joyful and happy. And you can think, as you breathe in, may you be free from suffering. And as you breathe out, may you be happy. So we're just, again, that breathing in and breathing out, and breathing in and breathing out. And imagining that you're doing this practice, that you really, truly are relieving them of their suffering and bringing them joy and happiness. So we'll try this. Again, we'll try with, someone that you easily have love and affection for, and whose suffering particularly touches you in that way. You wouldn't want to see them suffer. So we'll do this for a few minutes. I'll just do 3 minutes of this visualization. Let's see how we do. Okay, here's my timer, starting now. Right. So we're going to do this visualization again. Um, and this is where it gets a little trickier. We're going to imagine one or two beings for whom we feel aversion and maybe dislike. Yeah, same aversion, dislike, and maybe someone that you don't necessarily want to see them happy or thriving. Maybe they've wronged you in some way, or maybe it's someone that you know that's their actions have hurt others. Maybe, uh, yeah, they don't feel like they deserve your love and your compassion. But the whole point of Tonglen is to slowly chip away at any walls around our heart and really get us in touch with uh, wishing for the happiness for all beings, wishing that they are free from their suffering, wishing that maybe, maybe they don't know how to create the causes for happiness and they're hurting people and they are just trying to be happy and they're doing it in really, hurtful ways. There's a lot of confusion. So even in that way, we can, if we think of it in that way, we can create a sense of care and love towards them. Oh, I wish they didn't do these things that they're doing. And I wish that they were happy and acted from a place of happiness and joy. Um, so we can really try to stand in their shoes too, even when it's so hard. But again, we're just trying to increase our scope of love and compassion for all beings. So it might feel hard at first, but you'll find through time that um, everyone is deserving of your love and compassion. And um, again, this is something we can use again and again. Tonglen, we can use that. Um, even if you're like in an argument with someone, you can even imagine in that argument breathing in all of their suffering, all of their pain, and exhaling all of your happiness in this like um, bright light, bright white light, and imagining that you're sending them all your joy and happiness. So you can use Tonglen in real time as well. So it doesn't always have to be like a formal sit down like this. So let's imagine this person or a person or two, again, for whom you have aversion towards, for that it might be harder to do this practice for. So let's do that. We're going to do that for 2 minutes, just imagining that and see how you do. But imagine if we all did Tonglen together. I think this would be a much different world and it would be a much more peaceful world if we all knew this practice and could do this for others. All right. 2 minutes starting now. right. And now we're just going to expand that visualization, the same visualization out for those for whom you have similar feelings. So maybe a group of people that have frustrated you in some way. It could be, people you work with or family members, whatever it is. Just extending the group out to a larger group. So we'll do that for one more minute. All right. So again, as this meditation deepens and our hearts open, we can gradually increase the scope of our visualization to include larger groups of people, until our loving kindness and compassion embrace all beings throughout existence. So that's really the whole point, is can we cherish and hold all beings in our hearts in that way? And this meditation is so helpful for that. So if you're feeling any sort of just, again, aggravation towards someone, or arguments, having an argument with someone, it really, like, just on your own time, or silently, actually, with that person as you're interacting with them, having that visualization in your mind, it really, really helps cool the mind and have more compassion for this person. So we'll end our meditation today. Hi, welcome. Hi. We'll end our meditation with a guided meditation. So you can just listen along while I read this. And it's a meditation written by our teacher, Jetsunma, called the Light Expansion Prayer. And we'll end on that. Excuse me. Let us become still. Take a deep breath and let it out slowly. Again. Let us center deep within. Center deep within. Deep within to the presence of the Absolute. And there is radiance. The presence of the Absolute increases and expands to embrace the physical body. And all of the physical body is filled with the presence of the Absolute. The presence of the Absolute increases and expands to fill our beings on all dimensions. And all that we are is filled with the radiance of the Absolute. The presence of the Absolute increases and expands to fill everyone here. And everyone here on all dimensions is filled with the presence of the Absolute. The presence of the Absolute increases and expands to embrace this building. And all of this building is filled with the light of the Absolute. The presence of the Absolute increases and expands to embrace this nation. And all the government of this nation is filled with the radiance of the Absolute. And the people of this nation are one life. The presence of the Absolute increases and expands to embrace planet Earth. All nations and all governments are filled with the presence of the Absolute. And there is peace. And the 8 billion are one life, radiant. The presence of the Absolute increases and expands to fill this galaxy. All planets and all stars and all life forms are within the embrace of the Absolute. The presence of the Absolute increases and expands to embrace the universe. All dimensions and all kingdoms are filled with the presence of the Absolute. And in all the universe, there is only one life. Now, as we return our consciousness back to physical form, we continue to embrace all that is and to know union, that we are one. So we are going to do some dedication prayers to finish our meditation session here together. This is to really seal in the virtue and merit that we generated by doing this meditation practice together and dedicating it for the benefit of all sentient beings. And if you want to read along, that's fine. If you want to just look at I'll put it up on the screen. Throughout my many lives and until this moment, whatever virtue I've accomplished, including the merit generated by this practice and all that I'll ever attain, this I offer for the welfare of sentient beings. May sickness, war, famine, and suffering be decreased for every being, while their wisdom and compassion increase in this and every future life. May I clearly perceive all experiences to be as insubstantial as the dream fabric of the night, and instantly awaken to perceive the pure wisdom display in the arising of every phenomenon. May I quickly attain enlightenment in order to work ceaselessly for the liberation of all sentient beings. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas all together, whatever kind of motivation you have, whatever kind of beneficial action, whatever kind of wishing prayers, whatever kind of omniscience, whatever kind of life accomplishment, whatever kind of benevolent power, and whatever kind of immense wisdom you have. Similarly, I, who have come in the same way to benefit beings, pray to attain these qualities. By this effort, may all sentient beings be free of suffering. May their minds be filled with the nectar of virtue. In this way, may all causes resulting in suffering be extinguished, and only the light of compassion shine throughout all realms. So I want to thank you all for coming today. Thank you for being here and visiting KPC. We do have a special teaching series that's going on. The last session is tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Atira Zioli has been teaching a Tonglen class. And so if you're interested in that and taking a deeper dive into what we did today with Tonglen, you can go to her class tomorrow at 11:30. This will be the last class, again, of a 6-week series. And then after that, we'll continue back with our regular teachings from Kempo Karze, our resident Kempo here. We'll be starting back up after tomorrow's teaching. So please join us then. And we hope to see you tomorrow. So thank you so much, and enjoy walking around the property too. Thank you. Ending the live stream now. Thank you all.